Stop. Stop right there. You're not coming in here. You're not coming in here. You're not going any further. Do you feel that way? It's about, don't let that old man in, or woman. It's not being about me. I'm not holding someone back. I'm holding that age process back. I don't want it to go further. Yeah. Don't let the old man in. It's about aging. I would have never thought I'm in my later 60s. Have to start dealing with that. How about you? What are the challenges you're dealing with? Trying to age gracefully. And let me just say this. We don't know what tomorrow brings. But let's talk about a few of the ways I feel, or some suggestions about how to try to deal with this age. I have to deal with it in my own head, my mind, my body. So it's mental and physical things that we have to deal with, isn't it? And sure, everyone's different. Everyone has different mental and health challenges, or maybe you're really good. Your health is really in good shape, and that's a wonderful thing. But that's one of the things that we want to really, really work on, right? When we get older, our health. Because we aren't going to stop the aging process, right? We're not. We hold up our hands. It's not stopping there, right? We're not stopping the aging process. But how can we cope with that? Or some ways. And I think I'm going to make several videos about this because it's such a huge topic and so many avenues you can talk about with aging, right? But let me talk about a few of the ways. I think for myself, I've always worked very physical and all that my whole life. And I still do. I still work. And because working to me right now, I do gardening and all that. I've always loved working with plants and doing things in the horticultural industry because it brings so much satisfaction. But now, of course, with some of that work, some of it can be really lifting some heavy things and all that. And so now, in my mind, I say, oh yeah, I can lift up that big stone or boulder. I'm going to do it right now. But now I think, you know what? Then I have to really think. My mind is saying you can do it and you might be able to do it. But maybe your body is going to pay the price, isn't it? You could hurt yourself or you're going to be extremely sore. So one of the ways for me, I think I'm trying to learn to say, you know what? No. I'm setting limits to where, I think I can do it, but you know what? Setting limits and maybe deferring it to someone else. Okay, younger. Maybe, hey, you know what? Can you do this? And in a way, you're not giving up, maybe. But maybe is it you're acting wiser? So that's one of the ways, maybe setting some limits for yourself when you're getting older, or kind of know where you're at on some things, okay? So the health, also I do gardening and all that because it keeps me moving. When I'm working gardening, you're moving different muscles, you're walking. Also things that it gives me some peace when I'm working in the garden and seeing beautiful things or growing your vegetables or fruits or anything like that. Gives you something to do, isn't it? So now, and when I have gardening work, I'm trying to put in my mind to say, not work, but fitness. Because I like going to work more than going to the gym and working out on the machines and all that. That's fine. That's good if you can do that. But working out in the gardening or outside in the fresh air, for me, I feel like I'm not working out as much and I'm moving, because that's the other thing with health. Another thing, flexibility. That's one thing I'm going to work on more and more, because I think you get older, yeah, maybe you get stiff and your muscles aren't working as much. I want to be flexible, to where you get up in the morning and the first thing you do is not go, oh, I want to spring up in the morning. So flexibility, health issues, staying healthy, eating healthy. We all know some of those things, really. Some of it's common sense. Maybe another thing, do not isolate yourself. Because sometimes I do see people that retire and then they're in their house all day long. I mean, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be sitting there. Of course, it's nice to go on your own schedule, but sometimes I think of retirement or something. I think of someone, okay, waking up whenever you want, yes, maybe having coffee or something, and then you're just sitting there waiting for the mail person to bring mail at whatever time of the day for you to go out to the mailbox and probably get some depressing mail, But don't isolate yourself. Get out and try to do some things, okay? And let me give you some ways, okay? So, ways to stay active. Volunteering. Look for ways you can volunteer, that you can be with other people, that you're giving, okay? Could be from some charities. A lot of people do it with their faith. Could be out working with children, especially because when you're older, you're working around children. It makes you feel younger, doesn't it? So those are a few things to do. Of course, with Trash Talk Tom, if you want to go walk around and get some exercise walking around and picking up some litter, and great for the environment. And you're also with some other people usually. It gives you some purpose and satisfaction. And that's another thing. Find your joy. Find a purpose to go to have something that you do wake up and you want to go to or do something. Another way, maybe reignite a passion that you may have or some interests, right? Maybe it could be a hobby of some sort, painting, could be even knitting. Could be studying wildlife. I mean, it's just fascinating to see wildlife. Whatever it could be that you pick out. Super things that you can really enjoy. But that's what I'm saying. Find your joy. Because it'll give you so much satisfaction. Maybe it'll keep your mind off of getting older, right? I mean, I know if you look in the mirror, hey, your hair's going away and so forth. So you have some reminders about getting older. Let me say this. But do some things. That's what I'm trying to do. I think I'm going to talk a lot more on this subject. But yeah, don't let the old man in, right? We got to keep them out. So try to do that. Try to enjoy some time out in nature too. Because nature can help in so many ways. With mentally, physically. So spend some time in nature if you can too.